Alright, so we see Mark on his way to a planet to help these insects because they're in danger. But when he arrives to this planet, everything looks perfectly fine, so he's confused. And when Mark went to go greet their king, it ended up being Omni-Man. And it turns out after Omni-Man violated Mark and he flew away, he went on his depressed arc and wandered around aimlessly in space. And we see these aliens getting sucked into a black hole until Omni-Man helps them and brings them safely to their planet. And when he was about to leave, they ended up convincing him to stay, and this is how we got here. Mark takes off his ski and walks up to Omni-Man. Then he tries to make him flinch, but he doesn't move at all. This nigga Omni-Man think he Kobe, but after that he just ended up hugging him. But then Omni-Man let him know that he needed his help. This is where Mark started crashing out, cause he like, why would I help you after everything that you did? And he decided to say this dumb shit.
Mark, look, I made a mistake.
Hold up, I know this nigga didn't just say that shit. So what you trying to tell me is this is a mistake? Nigga, you literally picked him up and stood in front of the train. How could this be a mistake? He lucky Mark even gave him a hug. I would've snuck his ass. Eventually, he ended up going just to see what Omni-Man wanted. And Omni-Man decided to do this.
Oh! Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
This nigga is nasty. You telling me you left your wife for an insect? But it gets even worse cause he had a kid with that thing.
I didn't even know that was possible.
This man out here hitting anything. Ain't no way you was this down bad. And I know his pullout game weak cause no way you intentionally had a baby with that. I wouldn't be surprised though cause he low-key told us in season 1.
What's 17 more years? I can always start again. Make another kid.
Omni-Man let Mark know that Viltrum knows he left his post, so they're gonna come after him. And Mark is saying how the fuck is he gonna help if he can't even beat him? So he tells Mark they could get in the lab, but before he could even get a lick of training, 3 Viltrumites are already spinning the block. So Omni-Man says he's gonna hold it down while Mark takes them to safety. And when they get to that quote-unquote secret safe place, that shit easily gets invaded by the Shaquille O'Neal, Steve Harvey built-ass nigga. And Mark threw his hands up ready to fight like this man not double his size. Weight classes exist for a reason. There's no winning this. Stay back, I'm warning you. Then he proceeded to get his ass backhanded. Bro has no respect for Mark. You threatened him and he still did it. Then he started going after the family. Mark wasn't gonna let him touch his stepbro, so he hit him with a right. And I thought he did some type of damage until he got up like,
really, nigga?
Mark rushes back in and they start boxing until he hits him head first into the ground. And the way he landed, the nigga might have CTE. And he wasn't done with him cause as Mark tried to get up, the man used one finger to push him down. I don't know if he being disrespectful or he's showboating, but he for sure playing with his food. He got Mark over here going through it.
I'm fighting for my life!
And this is where Omni-Man pulled up and knocked him off Mark. I'm the only one that could beat that nigga up. They both start boxing. Omni-Man hits him with the double weave into the right, pushes him back into the 2-piece. Shaq Harvey gets some hits in, then they both start having a slamming match. Then he chokeslams Omni-Man into the wall. So Omni-Man then chops all the cheeseburgers out his stomach. Then he grabs a rock and rams it right through his chest. He done did that man like Kratos. But after Omni-Man packed bro up, they was planning to tag team the last 2 Viltrumites. Once they made it out, they see that they done wiped these niggas out like Karapika's clan. And instead of getting some get back, he started attacking Mark for no reason. He was getting upset cause he was feeling empathy. So what you trying to tell me is you got empathy for these bugs. Where was all this empathy shit on Earth? But all this gets cut short cause the 2 Viltrumites end up pulling up. Omni-Man instantly blitzes bro. And Mark is over here ducking the fade. Which makes no sense cause bro was willing to run the fade with a guy double his size. But while Omni-Man and him is throwing hands, he looks away for 1 second. And everybody knows the #1 rule is to not look away cause your ass will get sneaked. So he ends up getting hit with a 2-hit combo. Then we switch over to Mark and she over here dismantling this man. He literally gets put in a chokehold with the braids. I'm not gonna lie, her moveset looking crazy. Omni-Man sees this man Mark getting folded, so he comes out of nowhere and cleans her shit. But she ate that and went right back to folding Mark. So Omni-Man takes the other nigga and throws it right at her. Then he starts giving Mark a speech. Mark, what are you doing? You getting your ass beat. I'm not finna keep carrying your ass. I'm looking like LeBron and you looking like Bronny James. Don't think, act. You need to fight like a Viltrumite. But that whole speech was for no reason, cause when the fight started back up, this nigga gets blitzed and used as a basketball and soccer ball. She done got that man hit in the stinky leg mid-air. And I'm not gonna hold you, Mark and Yuji is the only two main characters I see get folded on a consistent basis. He continued to get folded until he ended up seeing all the dead bodies on the ground. So he finally decided to lock in. This nigga became a whole new fighter just like that. He hit her with an uppercut, caught the leg into the elbow left hook, and I knew he was locked in when he ran back at her full speed. Blocks 2 hits, weaves into the double jab. Oh, I see that from a mile away, weave into the triple body shot back fist. Then he starts walking her down, grabs her by the weave and throws her ass. And I want to know where Otis was at the beginning of the fight, cause he over here cooking up now. And let's give Mark some credit, cause he moving like a prodigy and he's 17. Let's not forget, these Viltrumites been fighting for hundreds of years and he just learned how to fly in season 1. Then they show a montage of all of them brutally beating each other up. This is literally what you call an all-out brawl. Omni-Man ended up cracking this nigga's skull wide open. And this man Mark had a chance to pack her up too. But bro wasn't ready to catch his first body, so he got stabbed in the stomach.
This nigga, oh my.
He had one job. How you scared to kill somebody that wouldn't kill you? This nigga a Viltrumite but be acting like he an air nomad. And as soon as he went to go pack bro up, Omni-Man came out of nowhere. And he grabbed her by her hair and obliterated her jaw. And when Omni-Man started walking up to Mark thinking it was over, Shaq Harvey comes out of nowhere and breaks his whole back. This man got his guts out and everything. He clutched up with only 1 HP. And after that, more Viltrumites pulled up to lock Omni-Man up and give him the death penalty. And y'all won't believe what his last words was. He didn't say I love you, goodbye. This nigga said,
My books. Read my books, Mark.